Hello and welcome to It's Your Business with Mario Toneguzzi on Megapix Media. Joining me today is Peter Goldsztajn, who is Director of Corporate Data Analytics for Moneris. Thanks for joining us today, Peter.
Yes, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
Well, you folks recently put out some results on a survey from August on consumer spending. I wanted to ask you, first of all, in general, what were the key findings that you thought came out of that survey?
Yeah, it's a great question. It's definitely been a unique year, to say the least. And where Canadians spend their dollars is no exceptions. Most notably, recreational and home improvement expenses have increased year over year quite drastically. For example, a lot of people are investing in their homes. Pool sales and services are an amazingly 51% year over year increased.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about some of those categories, I guess. So the outdoors and all sports related um, uh, businesses and retailers are finding an increase, correct?
Yeah, that's right. It's interesting to see people are trying to find as much as they can do with staying local. It seems golf courses are on a heavy increase, 20% nationwide increase. Boat dealers are up 17. It's interesting to see actually Alberta took the lead in those two areas. 27% increase in golf courses alone in Alberta. It's really
Wow.
interesting to see how people are spending their dollars when they have nothing else to do, right?
Yeah. So and when we talk about the home stuff, whether it's stuff for renovations or whether it's just stuff for enhancing, I guess, and improving your home, do that seems like an obvious thing with all the people now that are doing remote work, right? But do you think this trend is will continue when it comes to this kind of area?
That's a great question. I mean, we've seen home supply stores increase at 31%, lawn and garden stores at 16%. And it's an interesting question. It's difficult to say if this trend will continue. There's no crystal ball. Everything's changing daily. It's a very fluid situation. But perhaps, there's a shift from summer activities to winter. Maybe, people move from golfing to skiing and snowboarding. That home improvements change from exterior to interior. So time will tell and be interesting to monitor.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so we've talked about the good things, right? And in those two sectors, obviously, the ones that are hit hard are hospitality and travel. What does the survey find in those areas?
Yeah, it's another common question. I can tell you travel and entertainment has been heavily hit. August showed an 8% negative growth year over year overall. And we can see that the majority contributor to that negative growth is travel and entertainment for various reasons, safety precautions, instituted by the government, sitting limitations, closure of the borders, that sort of thing. I can tell you that the trend since the lockdowns back in April, we began a recovery almost immediately, but recent months have definitely plateaued. So it'll be another one that we have to very closely monitor.
Okay. And when you look at the overall spending, consumer spending, what did the survey results tell you about that? Are people coming back into the market and spending their money, or are they still cautious?
Well, it seems that, as I mentioned, certain areas are definitely seeing a lift. It's those plateaued industries. Every industry is a little bit different. There's probably caution around people, how they go out, as well as those limitations from those safety precautions. So there is a lift. It could be seasonal. We'll see how that evolves. But as I mentioned, travel entertainment has plateaued. It's going to be interesting to watch what happens with that area. We're going to monitor it very closely.
When's your next survey on?
We typically do them quarterly. They're almost ad hoc. We'll see when we are in a position to release more information.
Okay, yeah, the next one will definitely be interesting, right? With considering everything that's going on now, and the fact that a lot of people are talking about second wave, including the prime
Yes.
minister, right? So we'll see what happens, I guess.
Yes, it's definitely an interesting time. Maybe we'll see some of those pools turn into skating rinks, and there'll be some additional spend. So it'll be definitely interesting to watch how this evolves.
Okay, thanks a lot for joining us today, Peter.
Thank you very much for having me.
Okay, that was Peter Goldsztajn, who is Director of Corporate Data Analytics for Moneris. This has been It's Your Business with Mario Toneguzzi. Thanks for joining us today.